I've been hella sick the last couple of days. The sis has been as well. She ended up in the hospital. They basically diagnosed it as bronchitis, which is something she's dealt with from time to time before. Our mother had it chronically, and I've never had it that I'm aware of, but I get really, like hellaciously impacted by colds and the flu and everything like that. Um, and I mean, I recorded a review video on Wednesday afternoon. Shortly thereafter, I passed out. And then for the next 18 to 22 hours, I was tossing and turning. My head felt like it was going to explode. I have a history with high blood pressure, and I think it was through the roof. This whole side of my head was like something was trying to explode out of it. I thought I might have to be hospitalized. The pain was to the point where I was crying at certain times, and I had a very high fever. And like I kept moving around my apartment. Whenever I've been really sick, I had a tendency to do this, kind of like one of our old pet dogs would do when he was feeling under the weather. We would find him going and like hiding out in the bathroom in the shower or something, to stay cool, or if he wasn't feeling well and things of that sort. Like I get really unrestful and I need to like figure out somewhere else to lay down. Um, I get uncomfortable laying in my bed and tossing and turning. And so I'm out in my living room. I was laying down on this couch that I'm sitting on right now, and as much as I can, it's not like a full three-seater couch. It's more like a love seat kind of thing. Um, so my legs are hanging off the end of it and everything. And I'm propped up by pillows and I'm sweating nonstop and my fever and my head is pounding. Or across the room from where I'm sitting, there's a recliner, set of recliners, and I was sprawled out on that. And like 3 to 5 times overnight, I went through this moving back and forth between the three of them. And at certain points when I was in my bed, like if you ever have read up on history, really bad fevers in history, and you can get kind of delusional. I started going through these like fever dream delusions. My sister and I had watched the Robin Williams film Jacob the Liar, which takes place in World War II, a sort of Jewish ghetto that is not occupied but surrounded by Nazi forces, and it's all about him. He is the title character, Jacob. He hears a radio broadcast about Russia being very nearby, and he starts making up stories because people, it starts getting passed through the grapevine. Oh, maybe he has a radio and all this kind of stuff. Gets crazy, but in my fever delusions, as I would be tossing and turning in my bed for the few times I could stay in my bed, I started having these visions of like if I'm on my right side, I'm gathering the names of the Jews that I'm going to help escape, and if I have the strength to turn over to my left side, I'm passing those names on, and that is embodying their escaping the Nazis and everything. And like it made perfect sense to me in this fever dream delusion. I woke up out of it and I was like, what the hell was that? Top Gun was another movie we tried to sit through. I haven't seen since I was a kid, and I can't really get into it. But there was also a level of, being a fighter pilot, and I could win the day if I went from left to right in my bed, turned over. And then after several times of being out in the living room on the couch and on the recliner, I would go back in my room and I would get into this mind frame of like I had a sick stomach, and certain ways I should say I was laying, the pain would dissipate, and so my mind started concocting these delusions of it's a puzzle, and if you want your head pain to go away, you have to figure out the right ratio of how to lay and how to turn over and what position to be in and all this weird shit, and it was just bad. um I don't have we don't have any money. I don't have any medicine I can get. My sis only could barely afford the medicine she was prescribed from the hospital for bronchitis and everything. And so it was really just a matter of grinning and bearing it, trying to get through it, hoping you don't die. And I still managed to get videos going. I'm kind of a workhorse like that. When I'm really dedicated to something, I didn't want to miss out. And it's ironic because my erased video, I guess people felt like that was a slap in the face, episode 11, because all of a sudden, like, I got 2 comments on the thing when usually I'm getting like 10 to 20 on every episode review. So I don't know, but it's been a fucked up week. Just been really, really out of it. And hopefully we're getting better. That's all I can say.